when you say low blocks, the way Ole Gunnar Solskjaer just set up his team to play against his sister was not exactly sit back and take all the pressure. It's very synonymous to how Poch has gone at them this season for all the rubbish he has done. I'll give him credit for that. You don't let them, feel like they have complete control over the game.
Absolutely.
And not have to watch their backs because you can hit them on the counter.
They know that there's a Rashford.
Exactly, there's a Rashford, there's a Martial, there was Bruno with the passes. Go back and hit those very long balls to Rashford. It was somewhere at the back of the City players' mind that, okay, look, we're dominating right now. We have them in their half. One Pogba pass, one Bruno pass. But the problem with how Ten Hag was set up in this match was, aside from when, Man U received the ball and Onana is able to hit it long to Bruno, then Bruno can now play Rashford in. And I think that worked twice. After the first 2 times, they got one goal from it and City adjusted and it was no longer an option for Ten Hag. Now the problem now is, what was his backup plan?
Nothing.
As soon as that plan fumbled, it seemed like he did not know how to go at City anymore. So the next idea was, okay, look, let's take this pressure for as long as we can. And I remember coming on this show one time and IBK was telling me that, okay, look, Izu, the reason why teams do this and teams do that, especially when small teams go early, they don't have that much confidence because you cannot defend for 90 minutes.
You can't.
And that's why I was very angry when Poch, decided to sit back in the second half against City and defend. City will be City. If you let them come at you with all that firepower and have nothing to fear, they will break you down eventually.
If you have been watching football for a while now, you know that even if you have not been to the Manchester, there is a saying that Manchester is red. That was way back when you have Alex Ferguson, you have Cristiano Ronaldo, you've got Roy Keane, you've got a lot of United players. In fact, it was a tradition when it comes to football in Manchester. This time around, fast forward to 13, 14, 15 years, it's a different ball game now. Man United are no more the Kings of Manchester. My name is Ibukwan Luke and welcome to another exciting, scintillating, interesting, beautiful edition of Best of the Best Sports Show right here on the land. I'm sorry I started with Man United and Man City. It's so sad that United fans, a lot of them are beginning to see football as ice hockey. I don't say Farouk don't vex as I start like Anyways, guys, you know how we do. We have the formidable squad. In fact, one display left back, one they play attack. One now utility player. Even with hamstring, he goes to come in. Say, we will manage you like that. All right, guys. Let me start with Izu. Izu, how far now? You don't gentle. What's in the sub, bro?
See, I'm tired.
Are you passing through a lot?
A lot is passing through.
A lot is passing through. Even me
in Nigeria is a lot at this point.
Yeah, so, in fact, being a Nigerian is a lot. Imagine now adding Chelsea to that.
A lot. Nah, that Pochettino is our coach. But let's move on.
All right, Farouk, how you doing? Waiting they saw.
Well, you said left back, right back, utility.
Yeah.
Which would I be? I just want to do.
I don't know what now you the game stream where you go to come
because I use left and right at the same time. But it's good to be here once again. A week after the weekend, United conspired to show us what United does. Frequently.
Yeah.
And for me, it was very uninspiring. Performance from United. But like they say, we move.
Roy, you are one of the guys that, despite the hamstring, you still came on here. I remember how it was so difficult for you coming on the show. And you showed some level of tenacity. You showed some level of consistency. Pochettino style.
Something man you lacks.
What's up? How you doing now?
Yeah,
good to see you.
Yeah, I'm fine, my brother. It's so hard to be a Chelsea fan this period. But, well, it is what it is. For me, I've written off this season for Chelsea. I look forward to what next season will.
So let's start with Brentford against Chelsea. I'm a big fan of Brentford, and I can tell you that before I analyze, I will let you know that there was something I knew about Brentford's training method, especially when they want to play any big side. And I was told by one of their players that there is this, teams train differently for different opponents. Yeah. But that's how they do it, especially when you are playing against a big opposition, when you don't really have much of the ball. So you have to, almost all the players have to be behind the ball almost through the games. So, Brentford scored, Chelsea, I think Chelsea were ahead first, and Brentford got the equalizer, and they got the lead, and Chelsea came back. I rightly predicted that score to be 2-2, and it happened. But Now, the focal point is the fact that we've seen Poch set up the team as he has always done. And I remember when Izu was coming here last week that we should always blame Poch for it. But I grew up to know football as, a sport where not only the coach take responsibility. I've seen top players. You mentioned Roy Keane. You mentioned Eric Cantona. You mentioned Ronaldinho. You mentioned, Kaká. You mentioned, Paul Scholes. A lot of these players, despite being in a difficult situation, they come through for their team. But we don't see that with footballers of now. They easily just, attack the coach. Oh, we want a new manager. The system is not working well for me. But looking at Chelsea, I'm bringing a question to you because I felt that going to Brentford, they've been struggling at home this season. If you know Brentford, they've been struggling a lot this season. That should be a game that Chelsea should at least give themselves hope of climbing the ladder in the Premier League table.
You see, like you rightly stated, in the past, players actually played for the badge. You see this passion, you see this enthusiasm to win. They come for the team like, okay, when they wear that jersey, they go all out. But what you see in Chelsea today are overgrown babies. Do you understand what I'm saying? Nobody wants to give in their best in the team. So whether you like it or not, the coach will take the fall. All right? Head or tail, you set up the team, you will take the fall if the team is not playing well. That is a coaching style. That is a system. That is a tactics that you have to put in place for your team to play that way. For me, I feel Pochettino is actually not transmitting the message or the tactics properly because, to some extent they play well.
But they've been dominating.
That's what
games.
I'm saying. That was I said. To some extent they play well, but at the 11th hour they bottle it. How they do that? It beats my imagination. You understand?
Now talking about the 11th hour, Farouk. Let's assume Chelsea board just release a statement that whether I like it or not, we are sticking with this coach, and that's what it's going to be. Can you mention about, let's say, 3-4 players that you think will easily, be asked by Pochettino, maybe send them out of the team?
I think it's no more about asking players to leave, taking them out of the team, because it will not even help. It's about letting some new personnel join Chelsea. I said at the start of the season that
Chelsea, they signed about 8 players.
Yeah. No, leave that. That's in the past.
That.
That's in the past. They have a crop of players together now. Is that exactly that will take you to that El Dorado that you want to be? Absolutely not. And I will say it any day, anytime, that Chelsea just need about 3 or 4 players in specific positions. Like the striker, they need a world-class striker, someone that can also lead at the defense. The defense it looks as if it changes all the time. And there's no leader. Because Thiago Silva cannot offer you, that legs any longer. Whether you like it or not, you have to build from there. You need someone that's, going to be present in that. And also that midfield, someone that will hold it together. I still believe so much in what Poch can offer.
What?
Unlike, let me talk.
Hold on.
Unlike United, they win more games than Chelsea. But would you be confident and saying that United will play against any team and, outplay that team? Obviously not. But Chelsea is the reverse. They might not be winning games you want them to win. But
they're always dominating.
There is something these guys are trying to do. You have the players, you have the idea, but there are some 3 or 4 players missing. Case in point, let them have somebody like Osimhen next season. That up front is settled. They've got the players that can move, that can pass the ball very well. In the midfield, someone that can also be behind Cole Palmer and be the focal point in that midfield. Probably someone like Rodri, someone like, in that mode. And also in defense, somebody that can offer you that position, that presence in front of a goalkeeper. I still have suspected that goalkeeping position, but the guy keeping right about now is doing quite well.
Yeah,
so I think Chelsea are very close to where they want to be. But United are way ahead of Chelsea. But United are very far.
Now, I don't know why he brought United into the, but we'll still talk about Chelsea. And he made mention of the fact that Chelsea are close to where they want to be. I tell him that 11th position is being close to where you want to be. But away from that, now he made mention of bringing in experience into the team. Because if you look at it, even the whole Premier League, I think Chelsea are one of the teams that has the youngest squad in the Premier League. Now, you mentioned how young these guys are. If we don't want to blame the coach, do you think the solution is to bring in a couple of experienced players to maybe be a form of a leader in the team? Izu?
You see, when you talk about this thing of age and experience and you want somebody to be a leader and all of that, is sometimes when I see it on Twitter and I hear pundits throw that language around loosely. It makes my head spin. And I'll tell you why. Who is the leader in Arsenal's attack?
They've been together for a long time.
Who is the leader in the attack? Who is the person that, dictates
There's
how...
Saka there.
Saka.
He has been there for 6-7 years.
Bukayo Saka is
Yeah.
the person who... How old is Saka?
You don't understand what I'm saying. I said experience.
No. I know why.
Saka that has over 20 or 30 appearances already
I know
for
why.
England.
I know why.
Over 200 appearances for Arsenal.
You can't mention Saka.
I know why.
Only guy that
Saka with Chukwuemeka or with Madueke.
I know why.
Okay, let's hear.
I know why I started from that.
Please make
They throw
make your
age
point,
around and say, oh, do this, do that, bring up experience and all of that. The most experienced player in our attack right now is Sterling. He's the person who, when the game is starting to seem like he's slipping away from us, cannot calm those boys down and inspire any form of confidence. You want to kill off a game, Sterling is the one that will miss the big chance. There are times where I love Thiago Silva. I love him to death. He's a player I respect very much. The few years I've watched him, wear that Chelsea shirt, go out there, every match day, and he just play for us has been very inspirational. But right now, he doesn't have the legs anymore.
Yep.
As one of our most experienced players. Now, last season when they were trying to say, okay, we'll sell off some players. When we sold off Jorginho, I did not like it. Mm-hmm. People came for me and said, oh, he cannot mark, he cannot do this, we have this guy, we'll get this guy, and all of that. The problem now is, football has gotten to a point where the game is very technical. It wasn't those days where you watch the likes of Rosario, the likes of, who's this guy that played for Benfica that was very popular? You watch Del Piero, you watch Pele, people who, when they go and get stuff, they can carry the game on their back and say, look, guys, today, we're not losing. And those players alone, just being in the team, can inspire so much confidence. You have a player like that in KDB for Man City. But despite that, you still have a coach who will send out the players he has available and still manage to win games. Now, I saw a stat on TikTok last night that said, if the Premier League table was ranked based on first half performances, Chelsea would be 6th with just 4 points shy. We'll be 6th and 4 points away from being first. Man City were leading the table just by first half starts. Now, when you look at the second half starts, Chelsea is 17th. And we're 40 points away from the top. That puts our season in a much bigger perspective.
Wait,
because the question now is, what does this guy tell the players during halftime? In the first half of this game, we looked like a very brilliant side. We went for the halftime team talk, came back,
so and it was... Izu, we don't have much time. Are you going for the head of the coach, or you think these players can do better? Quick one.
The players can do better, obviously, no doubt. But, see, look, it has to start from somewhere. You need to have a coach who knows what he's doing to bring out the best of these players.
Know what he's doing. That's what
I honestly believe he doesn't know what he's doing.
You are still on that point that Poch doesn't know what he's doing.
I don't
before we leave Chelsea, I've been watching their game for quite a time now. I can say that there's this guy, Man Augusto, who has tremendously improved, and he's controlled that right wing, going on the attacking side and on the defensive side. He has made that wing his own against any opposition. Now you have a captain who is injured, who might come back.
Here we go again.
How will James alone?
Who might come back? I think he's training already. Mm-hmm. Who might come back and But if you are the coach, what do you do to Man Augusto?
It's already a finished season for Chelsea, honestly, and the second half of the season in March. And I think what I will do is just take my time before I throw in Reece James. You don't want to risk him again at this point in time. When you have a player that is doing quite well, you are never going to take him.
He's not even fit. So why would you want to throw him from?
No. He's already training.
I think they're coming from the point where both of them are fit.
Okay, both of them are fit.
Yeah. I think that's the angle.
But at this point, you have to be very sensitive. Let Reece James, still watch on. And I think that when his time comes, it will get into the
Or should he throw Gusto to the left?
No.
I think he's played in the left before, right?
I think he's better at right back.
Personally.
And I'll let him continue playing there.
My personal opinion is they are both excellent right backs.
Yeah.
If it was very possible, I want both of them to start. You get? I love watching Gusto and I love Reece James. I've said I'm a very big fan of him. But the problem now is I personally don't think we have a left back. As far as I'm concerned, Chilwell is a liability to that team. I understand I'm coming from the angle of, okay, look, if both of them are fit, who would play? Now, I love Gusto. I love Reece James. I love Reece James so much. But unless we get a left back in the summer, Then Gusto, we've seen Pep
But
do it
Gusto
with
has
Cancelo and
played
Kyle Walker.
on the left wing.
He has played on the left for us. He got an assist there.
Yeah.
He was very excellent there. Look, waiting for me
But
fullback
it won't be
these
nice,
days,
you know, shifting him to the left.
it won't be good. We've seen Cancelo
But
do
that-
it for Pep.
no,
We've seen,
but
we've seen
that-
Kyle Walker.
I think there's no much talk about that because in the end the coach has the final say, and I always
Our
say,
coach don't know wetin he dey say.
See, let
always say-
me add a
No,
little
no,
thing. Let me add a
no,
little thing.
quick
Just
one,
that on
quick
that.
one,
Just
please.
quick one. For me, if you ask me at this point, it's obvious that Reece James is injury prone. All right, and Malo Gusto has actually
But
improved. And
he has done
age is
final
He has
surgery.
gotten
so-
his surgery for his
I heard
hamstring
he's
issue.
gotten his surgery for hamstring. So hopefully, I'm not antagonizing Reece James, but like I said before, I think it's only right that when you put a leader out there, this is someone who should be available all the time. I'm someone who has been with military guys, and I know what it means to be leading, you know, battalions. You can't be injured, and what do you want your soldiers to be? You get, so you need to be available all the time. That's my own school of thought. Hopefully by next season they change the captain, and I'm sure it might be even Sterling. You get, like,
God forbid.
It's better for you to have someone. If Sterling wears the captain's armband, let me tell you, that thing does a lot.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's a psychological stuff. That armband, I've played football before to some extent. I made the ball my friend at some point.
Why you laugh?
Have you ever been a captain?
So your school of thought is the captain armband might bring out
I
the
wore the
best of
captain
Sterling.
armband. Yeah, it's very possible. Yeah, very possible. So let's move away from Chelsea. Let's go straight to Nottingham Forest, Liverpool. Arsenal fans have been, you know, they have been against anything. They have been for anything that plays Liverpool and Man City. In fact, this weekend is the weekend I've seen Arsenal fans support Man United as if it was something
Especially after
else.
that first half.
You get, so, but Nottingham Forest, Liverpool, it was as if, you know, in fact, a lot of people we bet that time said we don't cancel the tickets. Nothing will happen for here. Especially if you give Liverpool straight win. But like I always say, teams that are made champions is not fluke. They are always clutch. I always say they have players that bring in the clutch moments. And winning 1-0, you know, 9 minutes, getting is more than just it's a monster mentality. And you look at Darwin Núñez, he came on in that game, looked so hyped up, you know. He looked like someone who would eventually get the winner for that, and he got it out of nowhere, almost the final whistle. And he gave Liverpool a maximum point. If there's any game that can actually win Liverpool the league this season, I think it's this game. Is Roy?
Yeah, actually. So it was a game of destiny, if you like. You understand? Like, for me, I'd already said, "Oh, this is all done and dusted."
Dropping points.
Yeah, you can't be dropping points at this time. You have somebody who is at your tail. You understand? You should be winning your games, not drawing your games. And if they have dropped points here, Man City would have been on top of the league by now. You understand? So you know, when you are running and you are looking over your shoulders, you should really be.
That's why
scared.
it's difficult to be at the top.
Yeah,
You know why
understand?
this
So-
game is very, very important
Yeah.
and very interesting. These two sides, City and Liverpool, be facing each other this weekend.
Exactly. So that's the
And it is
decider.
well set up for Liverpool. They have gone through a lot. And that's why I don't believe in saying because my team is injured.
Maybe Arsenal might
our
eventually
players
top
are
the table.
injured,
No,
and you say
how?
you're not going to stick
A
to
draw.
your principle.
A draw. And
Even
Arsenal
if
wins.
they draw and Arsenal wins,
Arsenal will
Okay,
start against City
goal
very
difference.
soon.
I
no
think-
difference.
Okay.
They will still be on
It's
top.
just set up that we are about to have one of the greatest season of all time in the APL. 3 teams at this point in time still running neck to
I think
neck.
Aston Villa are in the mix.
No, Aston Villa is not.
No, they are like 4 points behind.
Take them away.
No,
They are 4 points
they are-
behind
they
They
are
Liverpool.
can't
not-
stand the
not
test of
about
time.
6
They
or
will
so.
never.
Yeah, this is
I think
March, Farouk.
City-
This is March.
they can't.
Aston
No,
Villa,
of course, we'll have
Aston
33
Villa had
points.
the chance to go top at some point, and you know,
But-
coming off, they were coming off the high of beating Arsenal, beating City, and they couldn't get it
And
done.
they fizzled out.
You
They
spoke now about monster mentality. I don't think they might be on their way to getting there with Unai Emery. But even Emery himself is not the kind of coach who knows how to
He's
excel
a butler.
at the highest level. You get, so that doesn't inspire much confidence, and that's why I agree with him when he says take them out of the conversation.
That was what I was talking about.
Man City season will be decided by the next 2 games that
now,
they have.
Now talking about Man City, the Manchester derby, like I said in my intro, that there was a time that watching the Manchester derby was not quite interesting.
Yeah.
Because quite one-sided. You already know the final result. Man United dominated that derby for a while, thanks to Sir
Over
Alex
a
Ferguson.
decade.
You get, so, but things changed. City changed ownership, and it's become City all the way, even before Ferguson retired.
It's not like that. Come on.
No, even before Ferguson retired.
Ferguson
was the one that considered 6 goals.
Wait now.
That 6-1. It was Ferguson.
How many games did they win against City, against United? How many leagues did they win against United? They only won a league.
Farouk.
No, that's not true.
They were beating Man United when Ferguson was there.
Last
couple of seasons of Ferguson, it was a demolition. Go and check
season.
Did you see
his final season?
Did you see the start?
No, you have the phone.
I'll tell you.
Roy, you have the phone.
Wait.
Please bring it out. This okay.
Home and away.
Yes.
Let's represent them. With Robin Van Persie scoring that late free kick against them at Old Trafford.
Roy,
come on, what are you telling me?
Before we go, please. I like us, educating our fans. Please check your phone.
Okay.
Bring it out. Start Manchester derby since
2013.
No, use 2010. Use 20 from 2010. It will give a result. Please check it out.
Even the season.
Please check it out. Please check it out.
The season they won against United at Old Trafford 6-1.
Please check it out. Manchester derby result. Head to head from 2010. Now let's wait for as Roy will be checking it. Let's go straight to the game proper itself. I've seen someone who probably understands how to play Pep. There are 2 managers I've seen in recent years that I can say one has folled the pragmatic method, playing low block till the death. Whether you are whatever situation it is. He is hell-bent on playing low block and relying on counter-attack. Why the other one comes at Man City with their gang pressing. Press the team. Don't make them, have a hold of the ball. Don't let them spend too much time on the ball. And both tactics have worked. Now, they only work because they have maybe right set of players and maybe fantastic manager. And these are 2 guys. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and Jurgen Klopp. But it seems that this guy beat Man City last season. What's his name again? Ten Hag. Yeah. But that method, could have worked again this season. Just in the Manchester derby. But it seems as if that 1-0, coming into the second half, United became very much expressive. And I think that didn't help them. Could Ten Hag just continue with that proper low block setup coming into the second half, Isu?
The thing with the low block setup self is even in the first half, if not that, Haaland was wasteful, they would have leveled the game before halftime. And when you say low blocks, the way Ole Gunnar Solskjaer set up his team to play against his sister was not exactly sit back and take all the pressure. It's very synonymous to how Poch has gone at them this season. For all the rubbish he has done, I'll give him credit for that. You don't let them, feel like they have complete control over the game.
Absolutely.
And not have to watch their backs because you can hit them on the counter.
They know that there's a Rashford.
Exactly, there's a Rashford, there's a Martial, there was Bruno with the passes. Go back and hit those very long balls to Rashford. It was somewhere at the back of the City players' mind that, okay, look, we're dominating right now. We have them in their half. 1 Pogba pass, 1 Bruno pass, 1 very lucky clearance. Rashford is off, Martial is with him, and United might just score. You get. But the problem with how Ten Hag was set up in this match was, aside from when, Man U received the ball and Onana is able to hit it long to Bruno, then Bruno can now play Rashford in. And I think that worked twice. After the first 2 times, they got 1 goal from it and City adjusted and it was no longer an option for Ten Hag. Now the problem now is, what was his backup plan?
Nothing.
As soon as that plan fumbled, it seemed like he did not know how to go at City anymore. So the next idea was, okay, look, let's take this pressure for as long as we can. And I remember coming on this show one time and IBK was telling me that, okay, look, Izu, the reason why teams do this and teams do that, especially when small teams go early, they don't have that much confidence because you cannot defend for 90 minutes.
You can't.
And that's why I was very angry when Poch, decided to sit back in the second half against City and defend. City will be City. If you let them come at you with all that firepower and have nothing to fear, they will break you down eventually. They would score. And that's what happened. Look at Foden's goal. Man, you were whining over a foul from Rashford that they could have easily let go, get back into shape and defend his attack first. Before you now go at the ref, all that whining and moaning, 100 pass to Foden is 1-1. Now everybody has lost their head. There's a lot of space in the supposed low block. 1-2 football, De Bruyne, Alvarez back to Foden. It's 2-1 now. Man, you now decide, can actually play out from the back with Casemiro and Amrabat.
The problem with Man U is that, I've always said this. A team that wants to defend all the time, no plan to hold the ball. plan to control the game. Honestly, you will only win games out of luck.
It's not sustainable.
We're winning 5 games on the bounce. I came here, I said, see, this team, you cannot sustain it. And there was no plan B for United. It was just kick and be very fortunate and get the ball. It worked well the first time. The second time, Rashford, I don't know what he was thinking. He was thinking ahead of the ball. I missed that. The second one as well, just shoot into the net. He missed that. And once you don't score 2 or 3 goals against City, even when you score 3 goals against them, you still don't win the game because they're going to press you. And when you have that mindset of coming to a game that I want to get slapped 100 times, one of those slaps will knock you off. And you're waiting for just one special knockout to knock City out.
But talking about Foden, you know, I'm talking about Man City setup. I remember last season, it was as if Foden was being, you know, I don't know, maybe they froze him out of the team.
Okay.
Last season, he wasn't really having that much playing time. You know, people were saying, oh, maybe Foden is really not good enough. But this season, Pep came out to say that Foden has been Man City's best player so far this season.
Yes, true.
And I see people compare Foden with Saka, but is Foden really that good?
Oh yeah, he's a very fantastic player.
So what's his strength?
The issue he had last year was discipline. You understand? He wasn't disciplined. He wasn't coming to training on time, and he had to get disciplined by Pep. You know, he's a disciplinarian and all of that.
You know what I like about Pep's team is that a player will always break out every season under Pep. A player will see. Foden has been decent since his time under Pep.
True.
He has been decent.
But he made mention of discipline.
This is the first time he's scoring more than 16 goals in a season.
Yeah.
He has already entered 17. But when he was even scoring 16, 15, 14, we all know that Foden was a top class talent.
No, but
he had players like Silva to contend with, Gundogan, Mahrez, Sterling, and these guys were way ahead of him. So he took his time. He was watching. I'm talking about discipline. Honestly, I will not agree with anybody who says Foden is not a disciplined player. At the point in time at your age, when you're very young, just come break it through. You do 1 or 2 things. We saw him at Sancho and also some players at United. But he has moved on since. Away from not being disciplined, because you cannot do that under Pep and survive for that long.
That was why he was disciplined. That was why he was frozen. Nobody is doubting. Hold on, nobody is doubting.
Wasn't the best young player between years ago under Pep.
Farouk. Nobody is doubting his ability. You understand? He's a very fantastic player.
It was good for Pep to say that he's the best player this season in the Premier League. When you have players like Haaland, you have players like Rodri in that team. You have players like Kevin De Bruyne. He knows what he's exactly doing. This man is the man of the moment now. Give him the Arsenal. Unleash him to the world. Okay. And he will just go on from there and get to that level.
So now you are saying that you think Foden is that guy. You know,
he's the guy now.
Is he a generational talent?
Yes, absolutely. I agree.
Is he a generational talent?
Yes, he is.
Easily.
Yes.
Okay, before we leave the Premier League, I think there is supposed to be a game, Sheffield against Arsenal. Our time of recording, you know, we'll let you know whatever comes out of that game easily. It should be an easy win for us now. Now, let's wrap it up with the Man City, the Liverpool against Man City game, and let's just make our predictions known. Farouk, Liverpool against Man City. What do you think will be the outcome this weekend?
It's going to be very difficult to call this. If I had all the Liverpool players available and also fit.
As an Arsenal fan, you hope for a draw.
I'm an Arsenal fan.
I'm saying if you are an Arsenal fan.
I will never be an Arsenal fan. Don't use that if. No, I don't want that if. There's some things I want to say. If you say if I'm a Madrid fan now, if I'm Barcelona, I'll take that.
Person say they narrate something. See, like man, I say Roy, you know, say if say you dey poor, but say no, even for that narration.
I beg.
I know dey poor.
Come on, if I Arsenal, okay, there are a lot of better clubs there, but the truth is, I think Liverpool have got that fighting spirit in them. They are playing for something.
Is it going to be a draw, or you think one of them?
I think City will win. We watch this on ground.
What about
City
you? Quick one.
Okay, so it has. If
producer of the year, I want this prediction to be out. All these guys, they always go with this kind of prediction.
No, so for me, I see a draw. You know, because they will be very conscious of losing that particular duel. You understand? So it's going to be a very technical game, and it will be a draw. Scoring draw or goalless draw.
Hopefully Salah will be back. What about you?
Most definitely he will.
I'm not gonna lie, it's tough to call though.
Very tough.
There are a lot of things to consider with the fact that I think coaches now know that if you go at the City side, if you go at them, you can bring them down, you know, find space, and if you're as clinical as Liverpool have been in recent times, take their chances. You can beat City. But there's also the angle that what Liverpool is doing is not sustainable. And they don't have all the players available to do that right now. And City look like they're flying. So there's all things considered. But with what's on ground, I feel like Liverpool always have something they're playing for. And City still beats them.
Go direct.
So
who knows how to go.
Well, for you to say what Liverpool are doing is not. Klopp has been playing City. He probably knows how to play City very, very well. So I don't think that should be a problem. For me, I'm going for a straight draw. I think it's going to be a draw.
I think City will peep this one, honestly.
I think City win it. I don't see any draw happening.
Let's move away from that.
I think because IBK likes us now. Look.
No, I think let's move away from that. Let's go straight to a quick La Liga one. And there was quite a controversial decision this weekend between Valencia and Real Madrid. I always say that maybe the timing should start. Maybe football timing should start following the way NBA does it. You know, NBA, there's nothing like referee's discretion when it comes to time. The referee, when the time is, you'll be seeing the time like this. When it is over, it is over. So now, the time was over. I think there was a VAR call. So they added more time, about over 1 minute. And the referee gave a corner kick. From the corner kick, they missed the referee should have easily blown the final whistle, but he allowed more play, and he felt maybe he looked at the watch that almost time has gone. Then before Madrid sends that cross into the box, he blew the final whistle. So the ball was probably on the air already. Then there was a connection with it by Bellingham, and that was a goal, pure goal. But now the school of thought is that the time is over, so referee has the discretion to blow it anytime. But I felt that immediately after the corner kick that did not result into a goal, the referee should have called it a goal.
I think that was what he did.
No, that was what he did.
That ref is suspect.
That's not what he did.
What he did is absolutely wrong. Today, tomorrow, next tomorrow, and twice on public holiday. But he was very, very fast and as he prompt with his whistle. He was prompt. We'll see it again now.
He wasn't.
Immediately, the ball went to the side. He blew his whistle. What I'm saying is, my own is, I've seen referees where now you are not supposed to give a corner kick because the time was way gone.
I'm also with you.
Hold on. So now, what you are saying is, immediately the corner did not result into a goal. The referee should have blown the final whistle. He did. He did. Please fast forward. Please fast forward. Just fast forward because of our time.
This is what happened. The whole corner didn't happen.
Yes, it's now. Yeah,
the whole corner didn't happen.
No. Look at it.
No, Farouk. No, wait.
That's what happened.
Wait, Farouk, bring it back.
That whistle is not clear enough.
Bring it back.
Before the ball went on flight, he took the whistle to his mouth first.
Hold on.
Before he attempted that cross.
He's hold on. Farouk, what I'm saying, wait.
Look at it now.
He's free now. Yes, he did. Now what are we arguing?
Hold on. My point is, Farouk, hold on. My point is, wait. Now let's analyze this holistically. Rewind it, please. Bring it back, please. Bring it back. Now, take it. Now this is 97 minutes, right? No, take it to where they got that corner kick. No. This is a goal. Take it to where they got that corner kick. Farouk will be old man who take to why they struggle with this technology like this. So this
look at the whistle.
Referee
he took it back down. He took it back down.
No. I saw a close shot of a close angle of the camera. And what happened was that immediately hold on now. Immediately they played the corner and the corner did not result into a goal.
Yes.
So the referee wanted to blow the final whistle.
Exactly. He did not.
But he hesitated, maybe because he felt there was an attack. And he also, with his mind, said that, this is over 2 minutes ahead of the stoppage time. This game should end already. Then, immediately the guy wanted to make that cross, he blew the final whistle.
No, actually, the ball was actually on air.
No. You already blew the final whistle.
That's what I'm saying.
Before that ball went on flight.
That's what I'm
You
saying.
already blew the final whistle. But my own point is that it should have just immediately I've seen referees that once you get the corner and it doesn't result into a goal, whether you are in the box or
the mistake he made, IBK, I would say is that he shouldn't have allowed that corner in the first place. If he knew you were going to stop that attack, because that ball was still in a very dangerous position for Valencia and also for Madrid. But He blew the whistle way before the ball went on flight for Bellingham. It was right to that.
In the end, I read some articles talking about maybe do you think football should go with the NBA's stoppage time rule?
No, it's different. See, while NBA and football cannot work according to time, is that basketball is way more rigorous than football. The field, the court is way small, and everything is involved when playing basketball.
No, I mean stoppage time.
Can't you stop shot clock for football? Let us just play it and enjoy it. For basketball, you have to use a shot clock. I understand what you're saying. When the ball is off, you stop the clock. And when it starts again, you continue. That's why they use 12 minutes. And that's why people can last more than 2 or 3 hours at times because it's a running clock. It's a stopwatch. But for football, you cannot do that.
So are you saying that we should still continue based on referee's discretion?
Absolutely.
Okay, does it work for you?
I think we should do
that.
It
works, but the ref just they need to do better.
What about you?
No, for me, it has caused a lot of controversies. You understand? So I feel some things needs to be in place.
Okay. Anyways, away from that, Madrid players have been, fighting tooth and nail. Talking about this. In fact, Bellingham was on the record. But I always say that you always get your own fair share of all those things you give others. As a Barca fan, we suffered a lot when it comes to referee decision. Talking about Barca, they played out the goalless draw against Athletic Bilbao, and sadly, Barca's best player this season, maybe best player this season, Frankie De Jong, has been out. Is now out injured. We don't know the extent of the injury yet. And also Pedri also fighting with hamstring injury once again. Just coming back from hamstring, and he has come back. I really
don't get.
Let's keep talking about Napoli.
You know the problem for Pedri. I think he played way too much football
at a young age.
Very young.
Yeah.
And the muscle was trained.
Same thing with Gavi.
The muscle was trained and he cannot control himself.
We don't have more time again. Let's talk about the game between Napoli and Juventus. And the talking point here was the fact that Victor Osimhen hasn't been playing penalty for Napoli in quite a while now. And against Juventus, you were able to cause that penalty. You brought in that penalty for your team. And I saw Osimhen holding the ball. I was even telling a friend that I don't think maybe it's just a mind game. But I practically saw him, talk to Kvaratskhelia and the rest that he wants to take it. I was like, Osimhen, you don't take penalties. Even at the AFCON, you left that position. And he missed that penalty. It was, I won't say a terrible penalty, but it was a poorly taken penalty. His position didn't show that he's someone who will find the back of the net from there.
Yeah.
As a striker, do you think there is this school of thought that a striker should know how to play penalties?
Absolutely. Look at all the strikers in this world, from past and present. They are always very in a hurry to go and take the penalty kick.
But Drogba.
Teams. That's why. No, Drogba had gone head-to-head against Lampard.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
Drogba is a fantastic penalty taker, but true. Lampard is a better one. And the team comes first. But they tussle. Today I want to take, today you take. And at times they use the discretion. But Osimhen is on record. Even when he was under 17, he's always shy when it comes to penalty kicks. And he willingly left that duty to our own captain here in Nigeria. So why would you want to take it for Napoli? Nothing wrong about that. But you need to show that body language. Body language was wrong. The approach was wrong. The run-off to the penalty was even wrong.
The execution.
And it was obvious that this guy is not that guy that wants to take a penalty.
Now I'm talking about that. Quick one. Do you think there is need for players like Osimhen who score goals week in, week out to do personal training more on penalties?
I think yes. If you're a striker not even a striker generally, in the world of sports, the only way you get better at something, deep down in your heart that okay, look, in this area of my game, I'm lacking, is to do personal training. If you're a midfielder and you want to improve your range of passing, you train for it. We've seen clips of, Beckham working on his accuracy when it comes to playing free kicks to the point where he tells you the measurement of this thing is not right because I should have scored that.
So Osimhen is definitely not doing personal training.
That's the level. I think if he wants to keep taking penalties,
practice free kick after games.
If he wants to keep taking penalties, the best you can do for yourself is work on it. Yeah. It won't cost you anything. You have been at the highest level. According to the Ballon d'Or rankings of last year, you are the 8th best footballer in the world. It will not cost you anything to take out your time.
Like I always say, work on something we're arguing on Twitter, and like you said, it's not about missing the penalty, but the run off to it, the manner of which I've seen player hit a ball so hard and the ball hits the bar. This is a well taken penalty, but didn't go into the net. Away from that, let's quickly talk about the Champions League happening this week. Quick one. We've got Bayern against Lazio. Real Sociedad against PSG, Man City against Copenhagen, Real Madrid against Leipzig. Any fixtures that look as if is not dead and buried yet? I think City, Copenhagen is dead and buried.
It's very buried.
PSG, Sociedad. In fact, Sociedad lost this weekend. I don't know what's wrong with that. It seems they are Girona too. Their substitution don't expire. Then Bayern Lazio, Allianz Arena.
That's the one that I don't think is dead and buried. Because the chance Leipzig had to do anything to Madrid is to rely on the fact that Madrid don't play so when they come to Germany.
Yep.
And somehow, some way, whether you feel it's controversial or not, Madrid got the results. Bringing them to the Bernabeu, I think is going to be.
No, it's
Madrid are going to get it done. Except
so
the football was there to shut me up.
So which game is not
Bayern Lazio. Bayern still have a chance.
I still feel those two games, Madrid, Leipzig, Bayern Lazio are still very open.
No.
Wait. See, a goal score line is very fragile.
Madrid is formidable.
So I say they will go to the.
Are you saying
I'm not saying they will
come to Bernabeu and win?
Let's paint a small picture here now. There's a little bit of
He's just coming for a visit.
And because it's just a goal to nothing. And I was trying to paint a scenario. Okay, first 10 minutes, Leipzig scores first. And now, there's nothing like away goes rules. The game is still like, the second half of the first half.
Can you put your money on Leipzig to qualify?
I can't. It's Madrid. I'm just telling you because of
you
the
don't want us to just look at one
and say it's over.
Okay.
The scoreline is still very small.
Bayern Lazio.
I think Bayern will win conveniently. They will qualify.
Bayern Lazio.
Yes. I'll put my money on Bayern qualifying ahead of Madrid. I'm not saying Madrid will not qualify, but at least the stake are high.
Bayern will not even beat anyone in the game. Bayern Lazio.
In fact, that game is the most controversial. Like, I don't even believe Bayern will win.
Do you know they are starting the Champions League?
Yes, of course. They've got pedigree in Champions League.
I think Lazio
but currently, currently,
just that these guys will not pay.
Bayern are so injured.
Can you pay? Bayern will qualify and win more than 3 goals margin against Lazio. That's what they are fumbling now in Serie A.
They were fumbling before they played. We welcome Bayern.
Go put your money. I don't chop your money before. I don't chop money before.
I'm not. I know enough to know that I cannot bet on any of these guys. I know enough to I cannot bet on any of them.
Anyways, your predictions. You say Bayern will qualify.
Bayern to qualify. Lazio to qualify.
Okay. What about PSG?
PSG to qualify. City don't qualify.
Madrid.
City has qualified.
City has qualified. The same thing. You guys are going with him.
I think most of these guys are
dead and buried, right?
I honestly.
Okay, let's hope it's dead and buried. But before we leave, there was a story that came out, and it just say Pesero is bound out, on a very, very strong note. You can hardly see a manager, especially a national team manager, especially a Nigerian manager, come out and tell you that I've seen it all. Thank you guys, and I think I'm going. It's very difficult. So, do you think that the success at AFCON, made it easy for Pesero to just say,
you have said it. You have said this guy came to Nigeria like an unknown quantity. It was unknown. He was coming on. He was having a season that a lot of Nigerians don't believe in him, and he came here, under doubt before the Nations Cup, and from then on now, he's a man that everybody wants. Algeria wanted him. Of course. Yeah. Go check the socials everywhere.
There are jobs for him.
He will get a good job now.
I think Algeria. I think he has signed a contract with Algeria
right about now.
Yeah.
But Nigeria cannot even pay him again. Before, he accepted to take a pay cut because he wanted to work with Nigeria. He has gotten what he wants. He's now in the faces of so many African teams. And I'm very sure we'll get a very good job. A very good job, well-paying job, and also do better than what he did in Nigeria.
Rate Pesero over
Sorry,
10.
wait,
hold on. It's time at Nigeria. It's time with Super Eagles over 10. I'll ask everyone, rate him over 10.
It's Super 8. It's over 10.
8 over 10. What about you, Pesero? 6?
4.
4 over 10. Man, maybe you'll be the next Super Eagles coach. But talking about the next Super Eagles coach, quick one. It seems this man, I'm sorry to say, but maybe he should just put his CV as an interim manager, because it maybe doesn't really want a full-time job. We are hearing that Osimhen has also been signed. Cerezo has been signed as an interim boss again
for the
Super Eagles. And he will be beside Finidi George.
Another disaster.
What do you mean?
This guy was interim when we failed to make it to the World Cup. He was.
And the funny thing, the person that has made us lose back-to-back World Cup is actually Eguavoen. I think in 2006 as well.
See, I don't know how he
against
manages.
Angola.
I don't know how he manages to
2006.
IBK.
There
I
are
don't
two
know how
options.
long-
There are two options now.
Yeah.
The first one is stick with Finidi George. He has done it with Eyimba, still doing it. And he has a lot of experience with the team right now and the outgoing coach. Or perhaps go to the most successful coach in Nigeria, Amunike, who has worked outside of Africa. Lots of experience.
But they said people like Amunike, they are better with this youth. You
I
know,
don't agree.
this thing.
He has not done anything with the national team. Give him the job and let's see what will happen. And give them time to build. We saw that with coach.
So you are not a fan of foreign coach anymore?
I am, if you can pay. But we don't have the money. So let us stick and have time, a plan. Look at what happened with Senegal's coach. A long-term plan. It's working right about now.
Yeah.
So let us also, build in that direction. It's not about what the fans are saying. It's more about what the federation wants to do. If they have that plan and that patience, I think we will fly in the hand.
Well, everyone is saying that it seems, some people want a local-based coach, while some people want a coach that will be collecting a lot of dollars. I hope the NFF, they will make the right decision. Ibrahim Gusso is someone who, since he became the NFF president, I can say maybe fair enough, he's been making some, very good decision. And congratulations to everyone who was awarded the MON. In fact, Jose Peseiro is going back, with the MON. I think that will give him, entrance to anywhere in the world as a representative of the Nigeria, one of the top ranked position in Nigeria. Guys, before we leave, any last word from you, Farouk?
Well, the biggest thing happening now is the Champions League. I'm looking forward to that, big time, gives you goosebumps. Unfortunately, United are out of it. At least I still want to see good football. And also, Formula One is very much upon us. We're talking about that sometimes later in the show. Not forgetting basketball, that we're also approaching the playoff season. I'm looking forward to those, tournaments.
Roy, any last words from you?
So last week, Arsenal failed to come tops against Porto. So I want to see what it will look like on Wednesday. You understand? So I hope they qualify.
Arsenal, I think Arsenal will play next week.
Next week.
Yeah.
No, that's what I'm saying. Next week.
Arsenal will play next week. Yeah, I don't know. You are already in the future. You shall define Arsenal.
That is not with us.
Izu, my G. Any last word from you?
I just want to watch Champions
You've
League.
been gentle. Pochettino don't message you say if I catch you. That's the way they talk about me for issue.
If they see me, it's supposed to fear, but that's
Me, they
not
fear.
If they see me, it's supposed to
Make I
fear.
no cast you. You go see police now. They shake on top sharing.
Police will harm me. Police will harm me. That's the difference. But I think what I would say is Champions League football is coming. I think it's just my team is not there, so I can just watch it with Clement. Anybody with the beat, I go laugh am.
All right,
That's
guys. You've heard the guys. Since the start of the show, if you are just joining us, sadly you've missed a lot, but you can also follow the video. Go back to our YouTube page to watch the videos. The snippets will be out. A lot of this talk we spoke about this week. Predictions as well will be out right there for this weekend's games as well. My name is Ibukwan Aluko, and I'm sure you've enjoyed this particular run of show. Like I said before, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel and also make comments. We have a lot of videos. We spoke about a lot of things concerning the world of football. Till we meet same time. Bye bye for now.